A little bit of update progress. There's an earlier video about some of the upgrades we're doing to this LLY. A lot of merchant automotive parts in here. If you have a Duramax that has the fuel primer here, there are anywhere from 5 to 7 fuel hoses that by the time they're this old, they're getting cracked. And as we go into winter, you're going to have a crank no start. As well as we have upgraded from the stock filter to a CAT 2 micron filter with a Sinister diesel adapter. That's basically this piece that you see in there, and then the CAT filter. Now these hoses here and here run over to this fuel injection control module, and they're very difficult to see. I've changed most of them. That's a merchant automotive fuel hose there, and then a merchant automotive fuel hose there. You have to take the thermostat housing off here. I'm going to go ahead and replace them since I've got it off. I need to order those and get those here. There is another one that is very difficult to get to. It hooks on there and then runs down, and the other side of it is right there. I know there's a lot of focus issues here, but this is information as I first started working on Duramaxes that I looked to, YouTube and the internet to find, and it wasn't out there. And so what I would experience, and what I've had a lot of customers experience as well, is they get cracking, and I'll show you the ones that I took off in a minute. There's actually one more right there, this loop hose there. I have not changed that one. That one's really easy to get to. It's mainly the ones down in this valley that are extremely difficult. So what we're doing is we're replacing those. Sorry for the shaky video. The problem is I ordered a kit from Merchant, and that L-shaped hose or 90-degree hose did not come in the kit. I didn't realize it till I got it apart. So I need to get that as well. And then something else, there's a quick connect fitting right here. When they start to turn that like burnt color, like this I would be okay with. But once I see this, it typically shears off, and then you blow coolant everywhere, and that is the end of the heater core. So you need to be very careful removing this. But this is a high failure rate item, and that's not just for Duramax folks out there. That is for any of the LS truck platform as well. So what I need to do is I need to get a quick connect fitting. I need to get those. There is a focus right there is a coolant line that I found that was not in the best of shape. And as we pivot over here, I didn't throw any of this away. I wanted to show some of the differences on these hoses, and I don't know whether it'll come through in video there, but all that little dry cracking there throughout that hose allows air to pull into the system, and then it runs the fuel all the way back to the tank. Now there's a little straight hose in there. I did split it to get it off. It's really, really brittle. This is that 90-degree hose that I'm just not, I will not allow myself to do this much work and not get in there and change it. And then those are the two little hoses. This is a new hose. You can kind of see the difference in the end of it and how nice it is. So that one still needs to be installed. That's kind of a minor part of this. But all of these hoses, be mindful if you have a LB7 or LLY, I believe this is on both of those. So you need to order it. I found a factory part number on Amazon. It's like $12, but nobody's got it. All these are the used seals from that primer bulb kit. This here is going to be routed from the PCV reroute to this catch can here with some of the upgrades that we're doing for it. And then obviously that's the old original filter. So that's kind of where we're at. We need to get a couple more parts before we get this thing put back together. But that is information that if you've got a Duramax, most of the generations this applies to, and that is why you're having a crank no start in the winter, or you're having to pump this primer ball to get it fired up. This should get pretty stiff. I mean, it should be difficult in order to pump it back and forth. And we'll probably do a video on bleeding it. We did upgrade that bleeder right there to an aluminum one from Merchant instead of the plastic one that GM supplies. But it's a really nice older Duramax in really great shape, and we're just trying to make sure we keep it that way.